For some, Arcadon is a peaceful place. That's how life was for Paddock Whitlaw, Paddy to his friends, in Bay Hollow, one of the ancient kingdoms of the nation Tyrman, where he lived with his parents and his 3 siblings. The Whitlaws were good people, noble by blood and by deed. Bay Hollow had flourished under many generations of the family's care. Have hope, they said, to the downtrodden. Monroe's travelling carnival makes a stop in Bay Hollow, and entranced by their show, Paddy seizes the chance to join them as they leave. His family understand it's a chance for him to see the world and learn new skills, and they want him to be happy, but they are afraid for him.
The world is not a kind place.
His oldest brother, Ronan, now patriarch, warns him as he packs.
Be careful, little brother.
As Paddy leaves, his siblings gift him a wooden mask.
Have hope.
On the road with the carnival, Paddy learns a great deal. From magic and agility he did not know he had within him, to the glories of Arcadon, different foods, interesting people, and some of the grand vistas of the world. For the first time he sees the silver peaks of Dinkum Sigil stretching into the sky, and experiences the seasonal beauty of Tyrman's capital, Glenbarrow. Over the 2 years he is on the road, he watches the world change around him. Faces in the audience are still excited, but they bear the marks of a world changing, and not for the better. Worry wears deep lines into many faces. As the carnival travels, the news of the world catches up to them. 2 large and distant cities, Imarden and Byroth, both fall to some great unknown enemy. Refugees speak of their terrible losses, but also of high hopes. The Silver Homelands oust corruption, and many speak of a fight between 2 adult dragons, the likes of which has not been seen in any mortal lifetime. Despite the fear and the paranoia of this period in the Great Mountain's history, there are still high hopes. Kadar, a northern port city, overthrows the influence of a growing evil, and despite the attempts of the city's aggressors, the people maintain high hopes, and the revolution is successful without any bloodshed. Eventually, Monroe's carnival makes another pass near Bay Hollow, so Paddy takes his leave, bowing out to visit his family. He returns, however, not to the loving embrace of his siblings, but instead to a ruin. Bay Hollow has been ransacked and burnt. He walks aghast through the streets he played in as a child, and realises by the echo of his footsteps that he is the only living soul for miles. Upon reaching his family home, he discovers it completely destroyed. Care was taken to eradicate the structure. All that is left in the rubble is the frame of the front door, where a strange crest has been burnt into the wood, where the Whitlaw family crest was once carved.
Have hope.
Promising to find the perpetrators and stop this from happening to anybody else, Paddy hits the road, seeking clues to the identity of Bay Hollow's ransacker. He has little success by himself. But on the border of Tierman, he finally catches a break. A thug, near dead at the side of the road, gives him a name.
Braden.
News reaches Paddy as he travels of the once again free state of Qatar. The city was making its intentions known. "We will stand against the darkness," they declared. Its mayor was a woman whose influence and renown was growing throughout the north.
A true diplomat.
He hears in the Silver Homelands.
She's stronger than most men.
A woman gleefully tells him in Stonewall. A group he spends the night with on the road, meeting as strangers for protection from the night, but parting as friends as the sun rises, tells him,
"She has her fingers in everything, even the glint ward, I've heard."
Convinced, Paddy heads north to find Rosa Saradni and ask her for her assistance. A chance encounter over a pot of tea strikes a deal and creates a friendship. In exchange for whatever information she can provide him and payment for his time, Paddy runs errands for Rosa, mostly delivering messages.
Could I talk with you for a moment?
After the first delivery, it becomes obvious to Paddy that these are no ordinary messages. The people and places he is asked to find are strange allies for the mayor of a city. A thief in the back room of a casino, the head monk at the Temple of Cord, and a sex worker in a fancy hotel. Finally, he finds the courage to ask. "You're helping the resistance. That being said, Mr. Whitlaw, I need you to retrieve some tactical information for me. Over Dinkum Sigil, in what we believe to be enemy territory." His face must drop somewhat, because she laughs gently at him. "Never once have I heard you approach my office. Tread lightly, have a little hope, and you'll be fine." And so he leaves, venturing south and then across the mountain range, meeting with a group of soldiers hunkered at Dinkum Sigil's western edge. They are a grim lot, but when he asks how they possibly think that they could win, they smile.
We have high hopes.
Paddy admires their belief in themselves and packs up the message before heading back across the mountain. Next, he heads for Rundar, a dwarven settlement at the southern tip of Dinkum Sigil, where he is to meet Valdazar, a resistance member carrying a mask. In Rundar's only inn, Paddy encounters an eccentric group. His alarm at their intensity turns into laughter. They are kind, bright, and full of hope, despite the scars that they carry with them. He spends time with them whilst waiting for Valdazar, who, much to Paddy's surprise, arrives to great acclaim. He turns out to be Ruklinera, an old friend of Rose's and a member of this group of adventurers. Something clicks in Paddy's head. This damaged but close group of caring friends is not just full of hope themselves, but are high hopes. They are the thread of hope that has run through major events, both tragic and triumphant, the last 4 years.